Now, I've been blessed with several opportunities to serve. I'm your council member, but I'm also a Valley firefighter, and it's already heating up outside, and that means pool time. This month's Safety Check-In is all about staying safe around water, and joining me to tell you more is one of my team members from District 5, Aaron Searles. How are you, Aaron?
Good, how are you doing?
Good. Now, Aaron, you are a former City of Phoenix lifeguard.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, that's great. We both have a passion for this topic. Since the year 2000 in Maricopa County, on average, 20 children have lost their lives each year due to water-related incidents. And for every child that loses his or her life, several others will go with lifelong disabilities due to nearly drowning. So this is a very important topic, one that you're obviously well-versed at as a lifeguard. So why don't you walk us through some of these items here and tell us why they're important?
Yes, sir. I mean, it's definitely very important to be safe around water. You have a few different islands. We have a Sealand adventure pool right here, which is, you see these a lot in people's backyards. And what's important about these is they look fun, and they can be fun as long as they're used properly. I mean, look at the kid right here. Yay, he's having a great time. But you also have to understand that these can be potentially water hazards, and a child can easily drown in one of these. So you always have to be careful and make sure you're watching your kids when they're playing in these.
Well, as you could tell here, you're absolutely right. All it takes is 2 inches of water for a child to drown. So that does look like a lot of fun. I'm sure it is, but we should always watch our children around water, no matter how much water we're talking about, right?
Definitely. No, you always got to be safe.
What do we have here?
And here we have a nice life jacket. You always should have one of these on, especially if you're playing around water. The one and key thing that you must check when buying life vests is that they have to be U.S. Coast Guard certified. And they all have that. Either it's on the back here or it'll be in the material up front. So if it's not U.S. Coast Guard certified, you need to be careful and make sure that you're using the proper life jackets.
Now, Aaron, you're absolutely right about that. And you have a lot of parents who are out there and they feel safe about putting the floaties on their children's arms. Tell us why we shouldn't use those.
Well, floaties are really, it's a false safety. They're one of the things I used to really fear when I was a lifeguard at the pool, because parents will put on these floaties and think they're as good as a life jacket when that is not the case. Because as you know, Councilman, one of the things that will happen is a child will jump in and they'll slip right off. And the parent will be nowhere around because they think they're okay because this is as good as a life jacket. And that's not the case. So I've actually had to go in on several occasions for a child that has been wearing floaties, but they slipped off right when they jumped in. And that's kind of the same issue with one of these balls. Nice pink ball, very friendly. Looks like it'd be a great safety device, but you can slip off these so easily and be in the same act of drowning kind of incident, and if you don't have a lifeguard there, if somebody's not watching, you could be seriously on the next news. So you really have to be careful out there.
All right, now water-related incidents are important, but it is heating up, and let's talk a little bit about you brought out a hat, obviously for shade, but other items that people should use are chapstick, sunblock. They should be sure to drink plenty of water to be safe. I do want to point out one more item here, and that's a whistle. And it makes sense that you would bring that out as a lifeguard.
Yes, whistles, your best friend. I mean, if you got an emergency going on, blow this 3 times, and then it's going to let everybody else know. And also, the reason why I brought out the hat, and what a great hat it is, I'm going to have to put it on, is because you want to wear something like this, so this will tell you who's the supervisor of the pool, who's going to be the one responsible for wearing them. And yes, I look silly with it, but you obviously know that I'm the supervisor because I look the silliest at the pool. So it's always key to make sure you have someone in charge.
And thank you for bringing this out. This is obviously very important. Children can drown any time of year. April happens to be Water Safety Awareness Month, so let's talk about it this month, but we should always talk about it. For more information, visit Phoenix Fire's website. I hope you enjoyed this episode of DTV. I'd like to thank our guests for joining me on the show. And I'd like to hear from you. Please feel free to call my office, send an email, or visit phoenix.gov/District5, and you can connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. As promised, here's another listen to Rachel O. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching DTV.
There you are. thou, my human